Shooting in Midland. I'm about to shoot this car. I'm running on a Porsche 400. I've already shot like 8 shots. I forgot to capture that, but we're gonna start today. So I'm gonna try and get this car right here. Looks like a T-Bird 04. I've been seeing it on my drive home, and I thought it looked really nice on film, so I thought I'd capture it. And I'm gonna do the Sunny 16. We're in a shaded area, so I bet you anything it's gonna call for like F8 at 500 because it's a 400 ISO film. And the meter in my camera here is really reliable, so whatever it says, I'm gonna believe it. At somewhere between 5.6 and 4. I like to overexpose for safety, so I'm gonna do 4 at 500. I like to keep it at about 500 shutter speed because that's just kind of no chance of camera shake. So yeah, we're gonna keep it there. All right, we're back in the car. Like I said, I didn't take any video of me capturing those first 8 exposures, but I did notate them. So I'm gonna try and get better about being meticulous about keeping records of what I shoot and how I shoot it, so that way I can look back on these notes after I get my results back and really learn from what I shoot and how I shoot it. I keep track of the exposure, so of course the ISO kind of remains the same, of course, unless I'm pushing or pulling the film, and then, well, even then it should stay the same. But of course the aperture and the shutter speed, and I also keep track of the lenses I use and if I use a flash and what power. So I'm kind of trying to be very meticulous and specific about keeping records of what I shoot and how I shoot it. So I'm just gonna note down what I shot, which was that Thunderbird, and keep track of the settings that I use. I kind of want to go somewhere where I know people are gonna be, but I live in a small town, so there's not really a lot of places that are going to be super populated today on a Tuesday afternoon at 7 p.m. I'm going to try this place north of town called the Summit Center. There's typically people there. I'm going to try and find maybe like some street photography scenes of people. Maybe I'm still really not all that comfortable doing street photography of random people. If people stop me and ask for a photo, I will always do that, more than likely. Like just yesterday, I was passing a couple. They were on their motorcycle, and they took off. Well, they spun around the block, and they asked if I took a picture of them. I didn't, but I was going to. But I ended up taking a picture of them. It's not a big deal. I mean, even though it is film, if it'll get you more, people who are familiar with your work, who, that may lead to a paid photo shoot later down the road. You never know. So I like to be cool with people if they're cool with you. Being respectful is a two-way street, of course, but doing things like that, I don't mind. But yeah, like I said, I think I'm gonna head to the Summit Center, and we're gonna see if we can find any shots there. I'm gonna do my best to document it. I'm not all that comfortable filming in public just yet, so I'm not gonna be walking around vlogging for the most part. Unless there's nobody around, then I'll do it. But yeah, even just now setting my tripod up on my car, taking a picture of that Ford, was kind of nerve-wracking. All the cars passing behind me, it was all still a little nerve-wracking. So yeah, but we'll look forward to it. Okay, we made it here. It doesn't look too busy. I already see a shot I like. That's crazy. There's like a kid sitting up there. He's got a big afro and he's just looking down on everyone. That's gonna be a cool shot. Hopefully he's still there in a minute. But yeah, we're gonna, like I said, we might get some street photography. We might not. Like I said, I'm not too sure about it yet because I'm a man and there's lots of kids here and that could look weird. And it is kind of weird. I don't know, in my opinion. But with things like that, you want to get permission. If you're not like a woman, I guess. Women, I think, have easier time doing street photography because they have that. They don't have the preconception that they're harmful, kind of like men do. So it is what it is. It's whatever. But yeah, let's go ahead and go shoot. Like I said, there's probably gonna be kids here, but man, there's like nothing but kids here. So I probably won't do too many street photography, but I got myself some ice cream. So we'll settle for that. Yeah, like I said, there was a bunch of kids in there, which, I mean, I don't really have a problem with shooting kids. It's just the parents probably will. And understandably so, you could be some creep taking creepy pictures of their kids. But, you know, it's just something you got to be careful with. You have the right. I mean, there's no expectation of privacy in public. So since they are in public, they're, you know, they have the ability to be photographed. And technically this is a private park, but I checked the signage and there's nothing about no photography. In fact, there's actually a sign that says photography encouraged. I'm sure that's talking about photo shoots, but still, that sign is on your side. But still, you don't want to invade people's privacy needlessly. I mean, technically there's no expectation of privacy, but you know, people still expect that, especially here in West Texas. It's not cool to mess with people's privacy, so yeah, we're gonna not do that. There was nothing really here. I maybe got a couple shots. Let's see, I wrote them down. I think literally only 2. I got like a pathway that was going under a bridge that looked pretty cool. And then the moon. I took a picture. I pulled out my 300 and took a picture of the moon in the daytime, which may or may not come out. I'm not exactly sure, but wasn't really much here, so I might go downtown. I have my tripod in case it goes to nighttime, so we can do some nighttime shots and capture those. But my tripod is kind of broken. It's missing the tightening screw that keeps it steady. This camera's light enough to where it might not affect it that much. And I also have my digital, but my digital is heavy, so I don't think I'll be able to put that on the tripod. All right, I'm here downtown at Centennial Park again. I was here last night. This time, I'm gonna film it, hopefully. There's some people out, so we'll see what we get. All right, looking out. What's up? You're on a little tripod. I'll have a big one, but I'm gonna be using it for this, obviously. So I'm gonna try and shoot this scene behind me, see if you can get a better look at it. That scene right there. I think the light, the orange light against the brown building really complements each other. Orange and brown. I don't think they're complementary, but they go together. You know, they're in the same, you know, kind of wheel thing. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get this scene behind me. I'm gonna get the tripod set up. All right, so I got the tripod set up. I'm gonna use, of course, the cable shutter, and then yeah, I'm gonna use the cable shutter. It's probably gonna have to be at least like 10 to 15 seconds, if not more, because it's pretty dark. And I'm working with, again, ISO 400 film. And I'm gonna be at f-stop 8 to keep it as sharp as possible. So we're gonna see how it turns out. Okay, so I metered real quick, that's why I stopped the video. It called for 8 seconds. I might do 10 just to ensure overexposure, really blow out that singular light. All right, let me get the cable out. Ooh, this bag's been partially opened. I hope nothing fell out. All right. Just turn it off. And like I said, this tripod is a little broken. It doesn't have the main piece to keep it tight. So I'm hoping that my balance enough. And honestly, it doesn't look like it. Oh well, we'll just back up a bit. Because I want to get the top of the building in frame as well, kind of like that little L. And y'all are in frame too, so I'm gonna get y'all out of frame in a second. Just framing it up. We got it in bulb mode. Framing it up. Hopefully that will be enough. Yeah, I think so. Alright. Move y'all out of the way. Alright, and hopefully we'll get it. It's all part of the game. Oh, here, look, y'all can see. And since I'm using my phone to record, I'm gonna have to count it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I know I said 10. But I'm gonna do 12 just to make sure. And then I didn't take this into account. There's traffic going in and out of the shot. Maybe that'll look cool, I don't know, but I didn't take that into account, so we'll see what it looks like. All right, back in the office in my vehicle. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. I was shooting people. I was shooting things. I was able to get in some tripod shots. I don't know. I only filmed one, but I've got 3. I've got one on the corner of a building looking into like a frosted glass window. Which was pretty cool. One of the skyline of not the city, because I'm in the downtown area, so you can't see that, but like all the far lights across the skyline going southeast. So it's like lots of orange lights, lots of red lights, and you can see the top of a building. I was able to go up to a parking garage and set my tripod up and shoot it, so that was pretty cool. And of course the one I filmed, that singular light on the side of the building. I'm a little uneasy about the fact that there was traffic going. I should have thought about that. I can't believe I didn't. But if it works, that'd be great. But if not, then it's just a lesson learned. And I guess that's what I'm doing. Finally shooting purposefully and shooting properly. You know, I did a night photography video almost a year ago, and no, it wasn't good. Again, I was shooting with ISO 400. It should have been 8. Should have been 8 today, but it's just what I had in the camera. but I didn't have a tripod, so I couldn't, set it down. I had lots of camera shake. My composition was nothing back then, and anyways, I've learned a lot over this year, and I'll do another video regarding that if I haven't done it already by the time this one's posted up. But yeah, it was a good night, and it was a lot of fun shooting. So